I'm Deidre Jefferies, and this is how I made it. For me, Espion, see, I don't have this 500-year-old history behind my brand. I'm not a large French brand with, these hundreds of years worth of lineage to show. So I am my culture. I am what Espion is. And so Espion for me, it means spy in French, but it is the fantasy of a James Bond movie, but not necessarily the gadgets. It's the spy culture, which is just full of luxury and fine things, and I've always had that in me. I've always had these mass market tastes, ended up with a very elegant, classic eye when I was very young. I wanted to dress like my mother. She looked like Farrah Fawcett to me when I was a kid. She had the blonde hair and the swooshes out to the side, and she had a closet full of silk dresses and giant leather handbags, cashmere coats, and a fur that I used to flip out onto the floor and wrap myself up in. She just always looked so beautiful, and fashion, that's what it was. It was my mom. She was Wonder Woman. I always, always, always have been attracted to the details. I love to take off a dress and let it hit the floor and it's beautiful inside. It's exciting to see a garment that has all the seams covered inside, and it's silk and it's gorgeous, and it's just, I don't know, those little details are what make heirloom quality clothing for me. I grew up in a very green, rural area outside of DC. And so we had, both sets of grandparents had farms. It was just beautiful and green and gorgeous there. We had animals, we had peacocks next door, and it was just an amazing way to grow up. But it wasn't until we moved to the city that's where I felt that fashion energy. It was just, everything I saw inspired me. It was always this amazing sense of street fashion was everything. Everything I saw on the street, I appreciated, even if it's something I wouldn't wear. I was like, wow, she looks fantastic. Just really excited about fashion all the time. My inspiration pretty much came from everywhere. My personal style had developed so much that I just couldn't find anything in the store to wear. It's like, I would love this if it had a different collar, or if they just fixed the length, or I was just never happy with what was in the store. I was excited, but I would always say, I can make this better. My first design for this collection came from a remnant of Bordeaux pink double-faced cashmere. When I saw this, I didn't know what to think of it, but I had to have it. It was so expensive, $200 a yard, and I took it. I just couldn't believe it. And I kept this thing for a year. I would wrap up in it on my sofa. It was, a blanket. It was just beautiful. But I'm sitting there having a glass of wine with some good friends one night, and I said, oh, I'm just feeling so fabulous. This pink, I swear, I just want to wrap it around myself and walk down the street, and I would just be fabulous. And they're all egging me on. Oh yeah, you would be fabulous. Oh. And so I sat down and I sketched up the dress. I made a pink cashmere dress, and it was White House proper, like our beautiful First Lady Michelle Obama. It was Michelle Obama, this dress. And now it's the thing that had the world pay attention to this collection, was that pink cashmere dress. From the time I left my firm and went to New York on a 5 a.m. train and sourced my collection. And I came home and I got it done. It was just, I was on autopilot. I was so excited. Didn't know how I was gonna pay my rent, but none of that came to mind. I was just so excited to be doing what I loved. And I got the collection done, and I get a call from an old friend from 15 years ago. Says, I have a spot, you have to come, sell your stuff, come to New York Fashion Week. You don't have to pay anything, just come, show your collection. Screamed, ran around the apartment. Then I got myself ready. You get such a big dream, a big impossible dream, and it happens, then it feels like responsibility. It's responsibility after that. You gotta keep it going because you've been given something. Now it's your turn to give. Just never give up. Never give up. If you're working at something, you're pouring your heart into it, you will get that back 100-fold.